You say the youth of the world will unite. What do you mean by that?
This is where the revolution is going to happen. The youth of the world have, and particularly in the United States, mountains of debt to climb and no way to get to the top. And they're seeing the too big to fails bailed out. They're seeing the gap between the rich and the poor, the widest in the United States of any of the industrialized nations. So now they have a cause because it's affecting them. So what we saw in England, again with Off With Their Heads, what we saw in Italy with the students.
Our Great War is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives. We've all been raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars, but we won't. We're slowly learning that fact. And we're very, very pissed off.
Above all, stay alive. You have no idea how important you are and how important you will become.
My name is Optimus Prime. We are autonomous robotic organisms from the planet Cybertron. But you can call us Autobots, short. Autobots, roll out!
I've been reading the newspaper today about The Guardian and Daily Telegraph, Daily Mail. Probably about 500,000 protesters and 4,500 police. These are good odds for any Greek or any freedom fighter around the world. I mean, I can't say this strongly enough. I can't share my passion with you strongly enough. How great a massive fuck you I feel for this system of slavery. There isn't enough words to put into to kind of express my severe hatred at the fact that nowhere in Britain now, maybe in the Outer Hebrides in Scotland somewhere, nowhere can you chill out in the countryside and be away from motorway, highway noise. We fucked the planet. We fucked each other. And it's time for it to end. Like, I'm not a great politician who's going to tell you how to live your life. I'm not a statesman who's going to bring about a utopia. My role is to destroy this current system and just let us return to nature. That's all it is. The most technologically advanced system on Earth is nature herself. Just look at a fucking hummingbird. There's high tech for you. So, to sum it up, for hundreds of thousands of years, we were the solution. We were living in harmony. Now we fucked it in our quest for technological advancement, in our quest for knowledge. We fucked it. So, the most fun thing to do now, the sexiest, most interesting thing you can do now, is grab this captain by his neck, grab the steering wheel of the slave ship, and smash it into the rocks, and it will never sail again.
I haven't food, I haven't anything. Me and my children, I will die today.
Will not be silenced, whether you're a Christian, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're an atheist. You will demand your goddamn rights, and we will have our rights, one way or the other. We will never be silenced.
in the process of crash coursing through Milestone 2 for BSF with Milestone 1 on hold indefinitely. I've now soldered together a FM transmitter, low-powered FM transmitter, to start taking with me to street corners. I'm gonna start trying to be a little more active again, just because I don't see enough people actually, I guess, upset at this point. The Gulf of Mexico is pretty much my line in the sand, and Fukushima is just it's horrific. It really, that right there, when Fukushima started up, was when I was like, all right, that's it. I'm going to solder this transmitter together, and besides doing QR codes at street corners, I'm going to start doing a transmitter as well. And instead of reaching across just on people's cell phones, I'll also reach across into their the radios of their cars. So the sign, first sign, 91.1 FM. So, and then if that frequency is unavailable, then opposite side, 90.1 FM. Which of course is also the back-to-back to the popular station here in Austin, the micro FM transmitter. So for Libya, now we're sitting here now bombing Libya as well. So we don't like to kill our unborn. We need them to grow up and fight our wars. We eat our young, which is lyrics from I guess one of Manson's latest songs were from America. And then last but not least, little historical lesson from Egypt and the Middle East that we should perhaps pay attention to. And that is how to overthrow an evil, out-of-control government. Genesis 41:34 through 57, Matthew 25:31 through 46, James 2:14 through 26. That's how you do it. You do it. If you want to do it peacefully, then you try and take it from a scientific approach for food, and because hungry politicians and hungry cops and hungry soldiers don't get to make decisions, and that's even written about in Isaiah 3.
Because of the poverty India faces, so many people are being abandoned by their own family and left uncared on the roadside of the city. I saw a very old man eating his own human waste for food. It really hurt me so much. I was working for a 5-star hotel as a chef. I had all the ambitions. I want to excel in whatever I was doing. But the old man changed everything. My name is Narayanan Krishnan. I feed and care for the abandoned and mentally ill in my hometown, Madurai, India. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Every meal which is being prepared fresh, we go distribute. People are waiting for us. They totally rely on the food which we give. It is a continuous process. Cooking, distributing, then again coming. We are feeding almost about 400 people, 3 meals a day, round the clock. Rain or shine, no holiday. Others feel difficult to do this. I don't feel it difficult. My vision and my ideas are very clear. The happiness I see in their face keeps me going. I take energy from them. I want to save my people, and I feel that is the purpose of my life.
لما يبقى وضعها مش طبيعي بطلع على مستشفى حيفا بالاسبوع 5 مرات عشان الدياليزا عندها. بطلت تمشي. العلاج جاي مش موجود يعني هون عندنا من مرة.
In Palestine, healthcare and it's very expensive. It's not accessible. It's a big difference between the life here and 1 minute away. Aya. My name is Yuval Roth. We transport sick Palestinians from the occupied territories into the Israeli hospitals. If they should take a taxi, which will cost them a lot of money, they can't afford it. My brother, he was murdered by Hamas people. That caused me to do something. not in terms of revenge, but to look for a way for reconciliation and peace. Right now we are about 200 volunteers, and we transport from the Israeli side of the checkpoint at least 5 days a week. It's a very exciting moment when you see improvement. It fills me a lot of happiness. The price of the conflict is a lot more than the price of making peace. Regardless political or religious, I think that we are all human beings.
"67 bodies and counting. At freezing temperatures, they wait, unclaimed, some for up to 5 years.
This is a freezer.
Chief Investigator Albert Samuels is in his 13th year at Detroit's Wayne County Morgue and says he's never seen anything like it. A record number of unclaimed corpses filling the freezer at 1300 East Warren Street.
And I have to believe that it's because of the economic problems that we're having with a lot of them. Some people don't come forward even though they may know the people are here. They don't have the money.
Hey Harlan, kind of sparse aisles. What's going on this whole bread thing?
Yeah, looking pretty bare.
Huh.
Picking the skeleton clean.
Wow, boy. Gee.
There may be some wheat bread here without high fructose corn sugar.
In fact, that's probably the only thing that's left is the bread.
No.
Wow. Boy, these are sparse shelves, man.
In the world I see, you're stalking out through the damn canyon forest around the ruins of Rockefeller Center. You'll wear leather clothes that will last you the rest of your life. You'll climb the wrist-thick kudzu vines that wrap the Sears Tower. When you look down, you'll see tiny figures pounding corn, laying strips of venison in the empty carpool lane of some abandoned superhighway.
You never want a serious crisis to go to waste. And what I mean by that, it's an opportunity to do things that you think you could not do before.
There are several great advantages for the dollar collapsing. This right now is our time, guys. And we're running incredibly late to the dance. And to quote, I don't know about y'all, but I know for me, Romney Emanuel is a pretty big hero of mine, big fan of Romney Emanuel. And I don't think that we should let a good crisis go to waste. And Hillary Clinton, I guess, said that as well. Because part of my focus is, well, certainly for those of you that are familiar with my SaveOfficerRayMojo.com campaign, you all know that I'm not a big fan of bullies in costumes who abuse their power. And for a lot of them nationwide, not only have they earned the title of suspect, but they've also, kind of earned the credit that goes towards them. And so it's something that, but the point is that they're still human beings, and they're misguided human beings. And we have to really engage these people in an aggressive manner. And I don't mean, in a combative manner, but I do mean that when they blow you off the first time and you see them tomorrow, you try talking to them again. And you keep trying to talk to them until they realize that, CPR works the same on you as it does on them, and they bleed the same blood that you bleed. And they have to understand that it's a job, not a lifestyle. A lifestyle would be, Folsom Street Fair in San Francisco, with leather chaps. That's a lifestyle. For the rest of it, for what they're into, that's a job. And they really need to understand that. And that's up to you, each and every one of you, to remind them of that. I certainly try and remind them that on a daily basis.